Have you ever seen a child explode like this? Really explode just because someone took their iPad away? Not a simple whimper or a brief pout, but a full-on meltdown so intense it shakes the whole room. The kind of meltdown that sends a chill down your spine, making every adult freeze in place and wonder, what is happening to our kids? It's raw, it's unsettling, it's terrifying, and it's happening more often than you realize. At first, we tried not to jump to conclusions. We didn't want to believe it was just a phase every kid goes through, or that it was simply bad parenting, or even the natural result of kids growing up in a different time. But as we dug deeper, observing these moments, talking to parents, teachers, and experts, we realized this was something much bigger. What we uncovered wasn't just surprising. It was a profound wake-up call, a warning flashing red lights about the future of an entire generation. Because this isn't just an isolated issue affecting a handful of children here and there. No, this is a global phenomenon, an epidemic sweeping across homes, schools, and playgrounds. It's the kids of today, those supposed to grow into the next generation of doctors, engineers, teachers, artists, and leaders. Instead, many are trapped in a cycle of desperation. When the screens go dark, they scream, panic, shut down. But beneath those meltdowns lies something more damaging, something unseen but deeply troubling. Their minds, emotions, and social skills are quietly eroding, and nobody seems prepared for it. Let me share a story that stuck with me. We met a boy, let's call him Ethan, an 8th grader with a quiet demeanor. On paper, he looked fine, but in the classroom, it was clear something was wrong. He struggled to spell words, couldn't focus for long, and rarely spoke. His teachers described him as invisible. But the moment Ethan got his hands on an iPad, it was like flipping a switch. His face lit up, and he became animated, fully engaged. His whole personality seemed to shift. But take that device away, and he would retreat into a shell, shutting down completely, unable to communicate or participate. Ethan's story isn't unique. It's emblematic of Generation Alpha, kids born roughly between 2010 and 2025, growing up in a world dominated by digital devices. For them, technology isn't just a tool, it's their environment, their comfort zone, their social playground. The idea of being without a screen, silent, bored, disconnected, is alien and unbearable. Tantrums often stop the moment a device is handed over, and the concept of boredom is something many have never truly experienced. But here's the heartbreaking reality no one wants to admit. Most parents aren't handing over these devices just to spoil their kids. Far from it, they're exhausted, overwhelmed by the relentless demands of work, chores, and daily life. For many, the iPad is a survival tool. 5 minutes of peace, a moment to breathe, to get dinner ready, or answer an urgent email. Who can blame them? Parenting today is no joke, and sometimes technology feels like the only way to keep the household afloat. Yet the cost of these 5 minutes of silence is staggering. Teachers around the world are raising alarms, saying classrooms have become battleground. We can't teach these kids anymore, one educator lamented. But it's not because the curriculum is impossible or the children are intentionally disobedient. It's because the kids themselves have changed, cognitively, emotionally, socially, in ways that make traditional teaching methods almost useless. Think about this. These kids can effortlessly swipe, tap, and navigate apps far faster than most adults. They are digital natives through and through, but ask them to write a sentence, hold a pencil, or read a paragraph aloud, and many stumble. Some don't even have the fine motor skills to hold a pencil properly. Their hands cramp or they drop it. They look at paper as if it's a foreign object. Years of swiping glass screens have replaced critical developmental stages needed to build hand-eye coordination and dexterity. And it's not just about handwriting. Their brains have been shaped by years of rapid-fire stimulation. Endless, fast-moving videos, flashy apps, and instant feedback loops have rewired their attention spans. Patience, once a natural human trait, is now a scarce commodity. The ability to delay gratification, a foundational skill for success in every area of life, has been replaced by a demand for immediate reward. When things don't happen instantly, frustration erupts quickly, turning to anger or emotional shutdown. These observations aren't just anecdotes. Scientific studies back them up. Research shows children exposed to more than 2 hours of screen time daily are far more prone to emotional difficulties, attention disorders, and social challenges. Teachers often report they don't make eye contact, they can't read facial expression, they get angry at the slightest frustration, they don't listen, and they lack respect for authority. Another teacher shared, half my 7th graders are working at a 4th grade level academically. These children, our future, are falling behind in fundamental skills, and no one seems to have a quick fix. But the damage goes deeper than just academics. mechanics. Neuroscience tells us that 90% of brain development happens by age 5. Those crucial early years when children learn empathy, emotional control, and social skills are being sacrificed to screen time. The constant bombardment of stimuli, lights, sounds, colors, overloads developing brains and rewires emotional circuits. Meanwhile, a lack of real-world interaction leaves kids poorly prepared for the complexities of human relationships. One of the most heartbreaking consequences, the loss of boredom tolerance. Boredom isn't a curse. It's a vital state that fuels creativity, imagination, and problem solving. Without moments of quiet or inactivity, children don't learn to invent, to explore ideas, or to sit with their thoughts. For many kids today, boredom is a concept as foreign as an ancient language. Their worlds are a never-ending stream of entertainment and instant gratification, leaving them unable to create independently or tackle challenges that don't have immediate solution. Mental health professionals are sounding the alarm too. Anxiety, depression, and attention disorders among children have skyrocketed in the last decade. While social media and pandemic isolation are factors, a significant contributor is the addictive design of these devices themselves. It's a paradox. Tools created to keep kids occupied and enhance learning are fueling a crisis of distraction, emotional instability, and social disconnection. Here's a striking fact. Steve Jobs, the very creator of the iPad, famously refused to allow his own children to use one. He understood the immense power and danger of these devices better than almost anyone. Screens are deliberately engineered to capture attention and hold it hostage. Popular children's shows like Cocomelon aren't innocent fun. They are designed to flood young brains with rapid scene changes, flashing colors, and nonstop stimuli, flooding the dopamine circuits and overwhelming the mind. Parents often describe their children acting like mini addicts, shaking, screaming, and collapsing into despair when devices are taken away. Many kids no longer want to play outside or socialize face-to-face. Reality feels dull, slow, and exhausting. Human interaction demands energy and patience, which they simply don't have. And it doesn't stop there. Some children aren't just passively consuming content. They are being watched and targeted by predators. Fake cartoons, disturbing edits, and shady channels lurk behind familiar characters designed to manipulate unsuspecting eyes. When parents post videos or photos online, those images can be saved, shared, and exploited by strangers around the world. Our children's digital footprints can become a dangerous trap. We are raising children in a world that wasn't built for their well-being, a world that is faster, louder, darker, and lonelier than any previous generation has known. Unless we act now, the consequences will be severe and long-lasting. But here's a truth that is often overlooked. Technology itself is not the enemy. Devices don't hate children. Screens are tools, neither good nor evil. The real question is, are we, the adults, raising our children, or are the screens raising them for us? Screens do not teach empathy, kindness, patience, or resilience. They don't nurture character, grit, or emotional intelligence. That is the work of parents, teachers, and communities. Saving this generation won't happen by banning technology or blaming anyone. It starts with presence, being there, fully and intentionally. Talk to your children when they cry. Sit with them when they're bored. Encourage messy play, outdoor exploration, and creative freedom. If you must give them devices, wait until they're at least 3 years old and limit screen time carefully, never letting it become a digital pacifier. Because one day these children will realize something no screen can teach. Real life, the messy, slow, imperfect, beautiful reality will always be more important. So let's make a promise today for our children, for their future, for a generation that deserves far more than the glow of a screen. We will raise kids, not iPad children. Thank you for watching.